So, good evening from us, and good evening to the people also who are watching us virtually. And also thank you for the chance to present you the today's keynote about the topic equity and ownerships, tokens in machinery, art, but also furthermore assets. First, I want to also thank you, Thomas Nägele, our legal advice, for introducing the Liechtenstein Blockchain Act that was introduced in Liechtenstein in the beginning of this year. To myself, my name is Sofia Balogianni. I'm the CEO of Amazing Blocks, and I'm here today with our CTO, Raphael Hess. We are also further Frankfurt school students, so really happy to be here today and to talk about our vision and especially why we are so connected with the Kanzlei Nägele and the Liechtenstein Blockchain Act. So first, I want to ask you a little bit a question. What if it would be possible that you own something you cannot afford? Every one of us has a dream. It can be having a piece of an art, having an expensive car, having a machine. But can you afford it? What if we can tell you yes, because the Liechtenstein Blockchain Act introduced something that is completely new, having equity tokens, having a share of something you cannot afford. And within this presentation, we will explain you that this is now possible because of our solution. So first, maybe a quick summary what we are talking about. First, I will of course introduce ourselves. What is Amazing Blocks? What are we doing? Then second, what is now possible? Then we will also talk about the different token types we can issue. And at the end, of course, our service solution. But first, let's discuss this topic. Find the missing piece in Liechtenstein. You have to imagine we are an environment, a pioneer environment in Liechtenstein, where we have, because of this Liechtenstein Blockchain Act, a completely new legislation and a completely new act that can be leveraged. We have also very good legal advisors, Thomas Nägele. We have trust technology, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and we have the topic tokenization. But what is missing? We think that Amazing Blocks was missing, a company that combines these parts to a completely working ecosystem, a company that brings these wheels to a movement and also to optimize a completely new way. We asked ourselves, okay, we have this new law that allows us to issue equity tokens. What can we do with that? And we thought, okay, we can help startups to completely establish a company digitally and blockchain-based. We can do that with our software solution. Why should we do that? Why should we go away from this traditional way? I think to all of you who wanted to establish a company, or the people at home who are watching us virtually, who thought about, okay, we want to establish a legal entity. What are the painfuls? You know them. It is costly. It is time-consuming. You have to travel a lot. You have to find the right lawyers, the right people who advise you. You have a lot of paper-based, a lot of other things that are completely inefficient. And we thought, what can we do to make this process completely efficient, but also blockchain-based? And that's why we thought that our service as a solution could completely help the startup founders. But is this just theoretical? Is it reality that we can tokenize a company? Yes, it is possible. This August we wrote history because we're the first who did digital legal entity according to the Liechtenstein law. We found our company according to this new regulatories, and we also tokenize our legal entity. You can also see here with Etherscan our proof that this was done. And not only this, we're not just only the first in Liechtenstein who did this, we're also one of the first who did our capital contribution with Ethereum-based. And that's unique. But I think that it is really special that the whole blockchain thing is transparent, as you can see here. You can see that we did this thing, it is publicly, and that's what matters. But can we go a step further? And now to introduce you that we have this legal framework, this legal wrapper. But can we do more? Or are we just dreamers? We found out it's not just us. We can do more. We found out that when you have already this legal wrapper, this Liechtenstein Blockchain Act in your back, you can also tokenize the assets you bring in this legal entity and create a completely new way of asset diversification. And we did this. I want to now introduce you one of our current live use cases. As you can see here, it is about classic cars. Just take some seconds and think of this beautiful car. Isn't it beautiful? And not just only for the male participants here, but also for the female parts. We want to show you that this is now possible. Everyone, from a small investor to a huge investor, can be a part of his dream. We can liquidate different assets that weren't possible before because of the equity token topic. And now, Raphael will also give you a little bit of deeper insight about the token types and also show you our software solution to you.
Thank you very much, Sofia. So, as you can see, this dream, we want to fulfill it. Now, what is possible? This is the question here. Well, we can see first of all, we need a legal entity in Liechtenstein. We call it an SPV, special purpose vehicle. We use it to actually, on the one side, tokenize it or pull assets in. But what do we do with it? Well, we have different types of tokens we can issue here. We have on the one side ownership tokens, we have equity tokens in various types, and we have debt tokens. So we're really flexible here what we can do with the legal framework provided. So let's jump into one of the main equity tokens types, what is really demanded by our clients. So why is it interesting? So the main benefits we identified here is, for instance, they're simple to grasp. It's something we know. Shares is something we know. It's something which is established. It's something we're interested in. The second thing I want to mention, the second thing to mention would be the legal security. If we have the framework applied, which it is, it's already in and deployed, like since the beginning of the year, we have the security that we can do that, and also the ability to do an EU passporting with these shares. So we're not limited to Liechtenstein here. We can go further, and this is something which is unique and this is super interesting. So what can we do with equity shares? What kind of types are there? Of course, there's everything we know is the dividend-paying shares. The dividend-paying shares is something we usually get on the stock market. Then participation shares, it's a share, a token without a voting right. And finally, registered shares. So what does it do? Well, participation rights and registered shares is a wonderful combination here. If you combine them, you can give an owner of an asset the ability that he can liquidate and manage his asset as he wants at any time, but you would be able to make other investors investable through the participation shares here. So where's the beauty of all that? Well, if you have on the one side the digitized digital legal entity, and on the other side the tokenized shares, well, you have a couple of advantages which come with it. Of course, you have lower costs, and you save a lot of time. There's super easy transferability since the blockchain is global. There's no boundaries here. They settle as fast as the Ethereum blockchain do. So we're just like talking an instant availability here, and that 24/7. And lastly to mention here is the high transparency, which we mentioned before. You can see what is going on. You can do your research. You can just check on it. So who's the beneficiaries here? Well, of course, the CEO, because he can seamlessly manage his own company here. Remote, online, flexible. It sounds so wonderful in this time. Of course, we also have the investors benefiting from it, because they can just do it from home. They get shares right away through wonderful platforms. It's that easy. And of course, employees of your own firm. You can use ESOP programs. You can manage them slightly easy at home. Just a new way of handling your business. So what is our service solution here? What do we do? Well, first of all, we help you to found a digital legal entity in Liechtenstein, and our target is 4 weeks. We especially put effort into that in EA, like identifying everything around it to help our customers to start from day zero what to do and to be as efficient as possible. We also went for the issuer side. The issuer side here is the Tokenpad. The Tokenpad is our solution to create and generate these tokens. It's the one which does all these different types I mentioned before, and it's seamlessly to work. We will show you a screenshot like in detail what we have, it's live and it's working. And we have on the other side a complementary part here. We have the investor suite. The investor suite is the ability for a business owner from our package that you can just book, and you give investors the ability to just like right away get those tokens you just generated. It works flawlessly because it's a holistic approach with equity shares in Liechtenstein. So what we see here is our platform to manage a digital legal entity. Of course, we had some goals we wanted to match. What are these goals? An easy user experience. It's just easy to manage this at home. You do not need that much time to really grasp it because it's intuitional. We made sure it's like that. It's secure and reliable. Of course, on all fronts, we wanted to deploy the best standards we can. Regulatory requirements. Of course, we want to meet them, so we work closely with our partners in Germany and Liechtenstein and technical-wise. The automation we can build and, of course, offer our clients to work upon is just the beginning. Of course, we already did some of it, and we will show you in a moment. It's modular. So if something is modular, you can even adapt it. If this is your need, we're open to it. And the speed we can deliver this platform, well, it's done. Our ready-to-go software, here it is. It's the Tokenpad. What you see here is already the main view after the token of a digital legal entity was deployed. So what you can see here is you can right away issue new shares. Well, what is issuing new shares on something like that? It's a fundraise. It's a fundraise on the go. There's shareholder management. You can update shareholders, add them, drop them as you need it. Of course, the legal boundaries apply. Dedicated lines of defense, because we want to make sure that this is the best view you can get. This is what we want to do. The legal approval here, though, is one of the main things we love. We have a green light. You saw amazing blocks tokenized with it already, so it's live. It's something you can have right now. To basically end this, I will show you the core piece of our Tokenpad software, which is the shareholder overview, the share register. On the left-hand side, you see, before it's generated a PDF document, as you see on your right side. But what is it? On the left side, you see your possibilities that you can get, like in share accept, for instance, if you need it for a certain person. Or on the right side, and this is now the real magic here, it's the approved format on how you can turn in this legal situation as it is right now. And we have it on click, generated for you, updated any second you want. So this is something when our customers ask us, like, is this real? Like, is it really that easy? Our answer is yes, and they're speechless. Well, at this point of time, I want to thank Sofia for the introduction. I'm happy to also get back on any questions you can have. Please, just scan the QR code or find a link later on our deck. Download the pitch deck if you want to have any further information. Thank you very much.